Old-fashioned simple habits to start today will help you start on the path of frugal living. Grandma and Grandpa had the right idea when they watched where every penny went. Financial stress is awful. We could be going through life without a care in the world when a sudden storm comes up out of nowhere and knocks out our economic progress in an instant. Instead of letting unfortunate life events cripple us with fear, look for the lesson that will put you on a better path. Most of us know that the price for everything we purchase will continue to rise and our paychecks won't increase at the same pace. It might be time for you to adjust your life so you can weather the storms on a more solid footing. One of the things I always buy is organic cucumbers. It's one of my favorite things to buy in the produce department. I was recently shocked to find the price at my local co-op for $4.49 a pound. The price is so high right now because the demand for organic cucumbers outweighs the supply. Instead of going home with cucumbers that day, I doubled up buying cabbage because the price was $1.49 a pound. Adjusting our approach to things is the key to pivoting into a better life for ourselves with simple habits we pick up along the way. Why not start right now accessing where you are in life and look for ways to cut corners using the wisdom of our ancestors? Number 1. Buy in bulk. Buying in bulk is a thrifty practice that allows you to get a lower price for your staple items. No more running to the store to buy something you ran out of and paying a premium price as a result. If you're going to use this tip, make sure you learn the best ways to store food so it lasts longer. One of the new simple habits I just learned about is a better way to store onions. Currently, I keep my onions in a basket drawer of a cabinet that I have. The best way to store onions is to put them in a cool, dark place. To make your onions last longer, put them in lunch bags and punch holes in them with a puncher. Secure the top of the paper bag with a paper clip. Another idea is to buy in bulk and split the cost with friends and family. One of my online friends let everyone know in her group that she was going to a farm to buy tomatoes to can. She wanted to know if anyone in her needed some. With multiple people buying the same item, they were able to getting a better price on the produce direct from the. Number 2. Start a victory garden. Have you ever read the history of victory gardens? When World War I started, the food supply became strained, and people put in victory gardens in their front and backyards. They also planted gardens on public lands like the Golden Gate Park. This gallant effort ended up producing over 40% of all the vegetables consumed in the United States. These victory gardens continued in World War II because of their prior success. The best way to get started is to join local gardening Facebook groups to find out the best things that grow in your area. You'll want to grow the most expensive things you buy at the grocery store. For instance, a large bag of organic carrots costs about $6 in our area, but a small bunch of herbs costs around $3. I use herbs all the time, so that's one of the first things I got started growing. You could also join local gardening groups and exchange crops with others when your harvest comes in. Saving your seeds for next year is also a way to save money. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Composting all of your food waste, eggshells, and leaves is a great way to save on having to buy fertilizer for your garden. Number 3. Potluck gatherings. Instead of meeting your friends out at expensive restaurants, why not switch off having potlucks at your homes? Potlucks are the perfect way to share the burden of hosting an event to all the attendees. Whether you have a few friends over or you want to have a large gathering, the expense goes down when you only have to provide one dish for everyone. Number 4. Make everything homemade from scratch. There's no need to buy any condiment, seasoning mix, or boxed anything when you can make a healthier version at home for a lot less money. Have you ever read some of those seasoning mix labels? Some of the ingredients look outright scary. One of my favorite things to do is to have my seasoning mixes already pre-made, so when it's time for dinner, I can throw something together quickly. Another bonus to making everything from scratch is that you can tinker with recipes until you find the perfect combination of ingredients that suits your family's taste. Making things from scratch also reduces waste in our landfills, and who doesn't love that idea? Number 5. Don't let food go to waste. I'm a big believer in juicing. I think it's so important to get the proper nutrients in your body, especially with the amount of stress we are carrying. I recently committed to making sure I juice every single day. One of the side benefits of juicing is that I never waste any fresh produce. If I see something that is going bad, I simply add it to my juice for the day. I usually do a vegetable juice combination like carrots, celery, cucumbers, beets. I then add some greens or herbs. To sweeten the juice, I usually add an apple. If you juice a lot of oranges, you end up with a plethora of orange rinds. When I buy a head of cauliflower, it usually comes with leaves. I save the leaves to add to my juice the next day. It's incredible all the things that I used to toss out that now gives me extra nutrients for no additional cost. If you don't have a juicer, the best ones to buy are a slow-masticating cold-pressed juicer. Number 6. Buy local. It's essential for all of us to get to know the local farmers in our area and support them. Farming is in my family's history, and they work hard. I think a shift has happened in our collective thoughts about who we should admire in our culture. Teachers, healthcare providers, and farmers have all become rock stars overnight. Not only does buying local help your community, but it also helps you feed your family better. Food doesn't have to travel, so they can pack a more powerful nutrition punch because vitamins and minerals are lost along the way. One of my favorite books is a memoir of a woman who lost her job and her husband in a span of a week during the last economic downturn. She had to move to their tiny cottage on the lake in a harsh environment during the winter. Her food budget was small, but she was determined to eat locally. I don't buy many books anymore, but this book I just had to have for my library because I love it so much. That book will give you ideas on saving money and eating the finest ingredients at the same time. She got to know all the people in the area and tapped into some ways to save money that were unusual. One of the farmers sold her the ends of cheese at a discounted price because they weren't popular with customers. She was able to purchase handcrafted artisan cheese at a price that didn't break the bank. Her book will inspire you to start new simple habits and enjoy the changes in your life. Number 7. Use less meat in recipes. Meat is expensive, and prices are only going to go up. I love the idea of adding lentils, split peas, or beans to chilies, soups, and stews. Use meat as an accent versus the main ingredient in every dish. Lately, I've been making lentil soup almost every day. I'm surprised how long one small bag of lentils has lasted and how tasty they are. Number 8. Buy whole chickens. You can find posts online on how to make 4 different meals out of one whole chicken. I love that idea. Think about all the different combination possibilities. You can start with just an herb-roasted chicken. Use the bones to make chicken bone broth as a base for lentil soup. Use shredded chicken for chicken salad sandwiches, and use the rest of the meat for chicken Alfredo pasta. Number 9. Save vegetable ends for making broth. There are 2 different ways I make sure no part of the edible vegetables goes to waste. I either put the piece in a baggie to juice later, or I put it in the freezer, along with the other gathered pieces to make homemade broth. Making beef, chicken, or vegetable broth is so easy. I usually make mine in my slow cooker. Not only does making your own broth save money, but it has health benefits as well. Number 10. Learn how to preserve food. It's tragic that canning, fermenting, pickling, and drying food is an art that has been lost because of modern conveniences. These simple habits of yesteryear are making a comeback in a big way. Having a stocked winter pantry filled with things you made yourself will give you such a feeling of accomplishment. Pasta tastes even better with homemade tomato sauce. Also watch other videos on this channel about frugality and how to save money.